there was a lot of chatter that certain House Republicans were very, very upset that Charlie Kirk, who isn't even an elected member of Congress, got to sit
in the rotunda.
in a better seat.
Not just Charlie Kirk plus wife.
Charlie Kirk plus wife. How dare we? How dare we?
Let's show some of these pictures.
We're allowed to sit closer than some of them.
So obviously, we know that the outdoor service ceremony was canceled. By the way, right decision. Would you agree, Andrew?
I tell you what, I think it was absolutely 100%, 1,000% the right decision. But Charlie, you're bringing up another sort of controversy. Was it because of the weather, or were there other concerns? And so I just want to flag that in case you want to go back to it, because I would like to.
Well, no, I'm just saying that if you even walked outside in the cold, the wind, people would have died.
No, like, people do not appreciate how bone-chillingly cold it is
now,
in DC
for me,
right
a
now.
Chicagoan, I was like, okay, just wear more clothing. But you don't understand. There's people from all across the country that are coming in, that'll drive in from Georgia and South Carolina that are not used to this. Some old person would have died. Donald Trump saved lives before he was even in office. So it got moved into the Capitol Rotunda. It was actually my first time ever in the Rotunda, believe it or not. I've done the Capitol thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I've never been in the Rotunda.
You've never been in the Capitol Rotunda?
Yeah,
Never?
I've been in the Capitol. I was in the area where the State of the Union is administered, the House chamber.
Right.
I've been in the Senate chamber, but never the Rotunda.
But that's like you walk in.
Well, you've just never done the tourist thing, seen the paintings?
So I have to give a little inside baseball here. I got to do a tour in which Speaker Johnson, I know, we like him, okay, ish. All right, he's doing some good stuff. He gave us a private tour, a little bit.
Andrew's gonna get so much hate mail.
I know, I'm gonna get
freedom
hate.
at charliekirk.com.
Yeah, let me have it. Listen, I got an opportunity to do a private tour, and then Speaker Johnson addressed the tour. Okay, and they actually took us inside the area where they were setting up the luncheon and where they were going to do the actual swearing in, and I got to see the rotunda and all that stuff. So I wasn't like Charlie exclusive by any means, but it was very, very cool. And I will tell you, Charlie, you had this experience, I'm sure, as well. It's way smaller in person. That whole space is way smaller in person than it appears on TV.
The Rotunda?
It's super small.
Yeah, it's
super
extremely tight.
Yeah.
And so there was kind of the war over ticketing. So let's kind of show the picture of the Rotunda from the interior. So as things got announced, there was a nonstop fight from donors, influencers, elected officials of who actually gets in the Rotunda. Now, this is very complicated because the Presidential Inaugural Committee, otherwise known as JSIC, does not control all the tickets. It is a joint committee between the Senate, the House, and the incoming administration. So as soon as you decide to go in the Rotunda, you are 100% in Article 1 land within the House and the Senate. So therefore, if you look at the picture, before you even get to some of Trump's friends outside of the dais, and I'll get to the dais in a second, it's all senators.
Yeah.
So the senators hogged all of the tickets up front.
You're in controlled territory there. They control that.
So to just put this in perspective, there were about 680 seats in the Rotunda. About 400 of them were for Congress. So there was only 230 tickets allocated for Trump and his team, family, and even some select donors. So that huge war over actually who gets ticketing. There was an overflow room where people like Theo Von were, and Logan Paul, and Megyn Kelly, and all the governors. All the governors were in the overflow room, right? So super honored, and thank you to Susie, and thank you to everyone who worked so hard on this for approving, not just myself, but also Erica, big lift. And that's big deal, right?
It was a huge honor. And actually it was a huge honor for all of us that work
I was
on all of our...
representative.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that we had a literal seat at the table via you was huge. And by the way, not just us. All the grassroots, all the activists. It was a testament to how hard we've all worked and how hard the team has worked. Turning Point Action, Turning Point USA. I mean, it really was a huge honor for the grassroots.
So touched to be able to just be included. In fact, there was no difference between how you entered. I entered alongside of Ketanji Brown Jackson, Brett Kavanaugh, Clarence Thomas. The whole Supreme Court walked in as I walked in. Literally, like we were just kind of walking in together. There was no guard. It was just all kind of one line as you enter into from outside. into the Capitol. By the way, I need to tell my CCP story. Okay, it's an exclusive story I haven't told, which actually plays into this morning. But okay,
Have you debriefed this yet with our? I don't know. I guess we don't have any national security confirmed.
No,
cabinet members yet, but
I have told Mike Waltz about this. It's a very serious issue.
okay.
So I'll get to the CCP story later in the program because it's worth it. But anyway, honored to have been included, and so I started to get text messages while I'm sitting in there that this woman tweeted saying that some anonymous Republican lawmaker was mad that I had better tickets than them. Now, mind you, Eric Swalwell was literally right behind me. Now, I think I deserve great praise because I went through high road virality. I said, here we are at a presidential inauguration. And I wanted so badly, when it was over, to take out my phone and say, hey, Congressman Swalwell, are you accepting the pardon? Are you accepting the pardon? Because he was on the J6 committee. And I decided not to do it.
See, I had the same situation, although it was with other Republicans when we were at the ball, and I was like, this would really go viral with a certain, I don't know, maybe Congresswoman from South Carolina or certain other conservative talkers but I was like, what? It's a day for unity. It's a day for the president. It's not a day for that. It's not a day for that, right, Charlie?
It wasn't a day for that.
It wasn't a day for that.
Let's put 155 up on screen. Here were these lunatics. Brad Schneider, I don't know who these other people, Eric Swalwell. That was when Donald Trump said, "And God Save My Life," and all the Democrats were sitting. It turned into a mini State of the Union vibe where like half the room would stand and applaud and half the room would kind of sit. But it was because of the rotunda, the noise echoes and actually had a really good energy to it.
Well, on
TV, how did it feel?
On TV, it played like a massive applause line where he said, "I've became convinced that God saved my life to make America great again." It was a huge moment, like chills moment. And so when you sent that picture, I mean, I was getting like live feedback. I saw the picture in our chat. I was like, you're like, we're getting this up. I was like, okay, and it was I think it did like almost 2 million engagements. Like people saw that picture.
By the way, after it, about 5 minutes after, Swalwell would stand up for almost every applause line. I think some staffer texted him, like, Charlie Kirk is roasting you. Stand up. And it was hilarious to kind of see as it was happening.